Have you ever seen something like this in a book? Maybe a quote or a poem or something like that? Well, that's what's called an epigraph. And when you use and format it properly in the right spot, it can really add to your book. So, in today's video, I want to show you exactly what an epigraph is, give you some excellent examples of when to use them, and show you how to properly format it. But before we get into that, if you'd like to learn more about book creation as well as book marketing, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the little bell icon to the right so as to get notified when my next video comes out. And with that, let's begin. Okay, so to start off, let's go ahead and take a look at what an epigraph really is. An epigraph is a quote, phrase, or poem that appears at the beginning of a text. Properly using an epigraph can add a lot of character or professional feel to your book. Another use of an epigraph is setting the theme, the tone, or even the mood of your book. You could also give the reader something really important about the world you've created, or give a little bit of foreshadowing of what's to come. When using an epigraph to set your theme or tone, some authors choose to use a quote, phrase, or, in Stephen King's The Stand, song lyrics. Stephen King uses lyrics from several different artists before each new section of the book. All of the quotes provide the reader a glimpse into the theme of the book or that section, and he even goes as far as to use his own book characters to quote them. The Malazan Book of the Fallen by Steven Erikson is a great example of using fictional quotations in the form of poems to give the reader a feel for the world he has created. An example of foreshadowing can be found in the title page of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. It reads, "Did I request thee, maker, from my clay to mold me, man?" The foreshadowing of this quote gives the reader that some creature is being created and there is a possibility of betrayal. As you can see, there are many ways that you can use an epigraph throughout your book, and depending on your genre or the theme or the tone that you want, these could be really cool tools to kind of set it up and add even more. Now, if you choose to write an epigraph or put it into your book, here are some things you should consider as you start to prepare it. First, you might want to consider quoting any piece of work that has influenced you as a writer and has a theme that matches your book. Second, when writing a nonfiction, typically authors select a short phrase or quotation from a piece of work that is later referenced in your book or is a key part that you want to call out again. Lastly, you will want to decide if you are just doing one epigraph at the very beginning or if you will want to include one before every chapter or section. Now, when it comes to formatting your epigraph, there's no exact required rules to them, so instead take a look at what looks best and fits your style. To show this, we're going to use a quote by J.R.R. Tolkien in The Fellowship of the Ring. "All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." With a program like Atticus.io, we are easily able to add an epigraph page, then type in our quote, make sure to include quotation marks, add a dash followed by the author's name, center our font, and select block quote. From there, you will be able to see that our epigraph is beautifully formatted and can easily be moved around our book layout depending on where we want it. We can also check to see how it will look in different ebook devices and in print so as to make sure it fits the feel of our book before we export and send it on to Amazon or other markets. Now, if you do decide you want to put an epigraph before a section in the book or before each chapter, you can easily do that by clicking here, selecting epigraph, and moving it to before the section you want. If you're just wanting to use one epigraph though, then typically you'll want to have it be your very last page in your front matter. Generally though, with ebooks, when somebody opens up an ebook, it will open up to the first chapter of the book, skipping your epigraph. However, Atticus has a special feature that can make the ebook open up at whatever page you choose, just by selecting your epigraph here, and that way, when someone opens up the book, the epigraph will be the first thing they see, or whichever page you so choose. Alright, so there you have it. We just covered exactly what an epigraph is. We talked about some tools and thoughts and tips that you can use if you're going to make one, and finally gave some really good examples and discussed the formatting of them so as to make sure they really look good inside your book. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm doing more on the different parts and structures of books. And again, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button so that you can follow on and learn more as we go through creating books. And with that, I'm Dave Chesson of Kindlepreneur, signing off. Cheers.